Police are releasing this footage showing officers finding Kansas City Chiefs linebacker Jovan Belcher asleep in his car and later responding just hours before he killed his girlfriend and later himself.
December 1st, 2012, it started like any other morning at the Kansas City Chiefs facility. Players were preparing for another tough NFL game. Coaches were reviewing film. Staff members were arriving for work. But within minutes, the entire organization will witness something no sports franchise should ever have to experience.
Now to that other tragic story over the weekend, breaking new details in the NFL tragedy in Kansas City. Chiefs linebacker Jovan Belcher fatally shooting his girlfriend and then taking his own life. Just 24 hours later, the team finding the strength to get back on the field.
A young linebacker will pull into the parking lot, walk towards his coaches, and a moment later, the NFL will be changed forever. This is the story of Jovan Belcher, the tragic events that unfolded that morning, and the shockwave it sent through the sports world. Before the tragedy, Jovan Belcher was known as a hard-working, overlooked football player. Belcher played college football at University of Maine, far from the spotlight of major college programs. He wasn't highly recruited. He wasn't a superstar prospect. And when the 2010 NFL draft came around, no team selected him. But Belcher refused to give up. The Kansas City Chiefs gave him a chance as an undrafted free agent.
Now, police say that coaches told them that Belcher never threatened them. He was even thanking them just before he turned the gun on himself. All of this happening right in front of the front doors here at the Chiefs practice facility.
And slowly, through grit and determination, he earned his way onto the roster. By 2011, he had become a starting linebacker. Coaches praised his work ethic. Teammates respected his toughness. From the outside, it looked like the ultimate underdog success story. But behind the scenes, things were more complicated. The 2012 season was already extremely difficult for Kansas City. The team struggled on the field. Losses were piling up. Fans were frustrated. Coaches were under pressure. Head coach Romeo Crennel was trying to keep the locker room together. General manager Scott Pioli was dealing with growing criticism. And with Belcher's personal life, tensions were reportedly building. He and his girlfriend Cassandra Perkins had recently welcomed a baby daughter. Like many young families, they were dealing with stress, arguments, and pressure. But no one could have imagined what would happen next. Early that morning, police received a call from a home in Kansas City. Inside the house, tragedy had already occurred. Belcher had fatally shot Cassandra Perkins during an argument. Afterward, he left the house and got into his car. But instead of disappearing, he drove to the Chiefs training facility at Arrowhead Stadium.
It's a different scene some 5 hours later. This footage is from a dash cam of an officer racing to Arrowhead Stadium, where Belcher shot himself in front of team officials shortly after killing Cassandra Perkins at their home. Officers can be heard over the police radio confirming there had been a shooting connected to Belcher, and later that there was an armed suspect at the stadium. Once the officer arrives, he can be heard saying it looks like Belcher is negotiating with police and asking for a weapon.
Cut off signs immediately. I've got a sighting from afar. It looks like they're in a negotiation phase, trying to give us down. I need a rifle ASAP.
The video cuts off seconds later. Police say it's after this point that Belcher knelt down and shot himself in the head.
When he arrived, Belcher parked his car and walked towards the building. Inside were some of the people who knew him the best. Coach Romeo Crennel, General Manager Scott Pioli, linebackers coach Gary Gibbs. Belcher spoke with them briefly. Witnesses said he thanked them for everything they had done for him. Police were already on the way. Moments later, in front of his coaches, Belcher took his own life in the parking lot.
As Diane said, Jovan Belcher came here only minutes after killing his girlfriend. Police say General Manager Scott Pioli, head coach Romeo Crennel, and other team personnel saw Belcher had a gun in his hands, tried to talk him down. He then shot himself in the head as police arrived on scene.
It was a moment that left everyone present in shock. News spread rapidly across the country. Within hours, the story dominated sports media. Players across the NFL expressed grief and disbelief. Teammates were devastated. Many had just seen Belcher the day before.
Players and fans mourned Belcher and Perkins.
It's tough. You miss him, you know. He's
who's a great guy, great teammate.
Yet even as the team gathered after the game, questions swirl about what could have set Belcher off.
Now they was trying to process something unimaginable. The Chiefs organization had to make an extremely difficult decision. Should the team still play its scheduled game the next day? After discussions with players and coaches, the team chose to move forward. The following day, the Chiefs faced the Carolina Panthers. It became one of the most emotional games in franchise history. The Chiefs won 27-21, but the score hardly mattered. The entire day was overshadowed by grief. The tragedy forced the NFL to confront difficult questions. Questions about mental health, player stress, domestic violence, and the pressure that comes with professional sports. In the years following the incident, the NFL increased discussions around mental health support for players. The league also faced growing scrutiny over how it handled domestic violent cases. Belcher's story became one of the most painful reminders that athletes are still human beings dealing with real-life struggles. Behind the helmets and highlights, real lives are unfolding, sometimes with devastating consequences. The most heartbreaking part of the tragedy was the family left behind. Belcher and Perkins' infant daughter suddenly lost both parents in one day. Family members stepped in to raise her. The Chiefs organization and NFL community offered support to the families affected, but the loss remains immeasurable. 2 young lives ended, and countless others were changed forever. The story of Jovan Belcher isn't just a sports story. It's a reminder of how quickly life can spiral into tragedy, a reminder that warning signs should never be ignored, and a reminder that behind every professional athlete is a human being dealing with pressure most people never see.
This all comes as we do get a clearer picture tonight of a Chiefs player's state of mind before a murder-suicide. Jovan Belcher was drunk. KNBC 9's Michael Mahoney is live now with what else is in the new autopsy report. Michael?
Kelly, this report from the Jackson County Medical Examiner's Office comes out about 6 weeks after Jovan Belcher shot his girlfriend, Cassandra Perkins, and then took the gun and turned it on himself.
The toxicology report shows Belcher's blood alcohol content was twice the legal limit at the time of the autopsy. Now, a police car dashboard camera shows a police check on Belcher about 3 a.m. that morning before the shooting. He was sleeping in his car outside of another girlfriend's apartment, and officers permitted him to go inside that apartment.
Yes, I think they should have checked him out.
They said they did check him out.
Well, they might have checked him out, but did they make sure he didn't have his keys with him for after they left, that he just didn't take off?
He apparently left there and returned to his home with Cassandra Perkins around 6 a.m. Police say he shot and killed her there, whereas the officers who checked on Belcher in the middle of the night may have given a pro football player a break.
I hate to say it, but it's who you are, and how some of them are treated. There's officers out there who doesn't care who they are. They're going to go ahead and do something with them. But then you've got some of them say, well,
December 1st, 2012 will always be remembered as one of the darkest days in NFL history, and a moment the Kansas City Chiefs and the entire football world would never forget. And if you made it this far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, hit that like. That'll really help the channel grow. And as always, I appreciate you for tuning in, and I'll catch you at the next one. It's your boy Dizzle. I'm out. Peace.